Hello and welcome back to Stockton Junction. So, today's episode is about back scenes, and as you can see, apart from the fact that I've got an issue with a colour there from the back scenes going from one to the other, I've done all the way down to there now. So, not much left to do, but what I am going to do is, obviously I could just put buildings like that against the back scene, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I want to try and blend it in a bit better. So I've got some of the old ID back scenes from my old layout. So what I've done is I've cut out the back scenes, as you can see, and I'm going to put some of them behind other buildings like so, just to make it give another perspective of another row of houses before you see all the trees, etc., things like that. So that'll be down in that far corner where the houses will be behind those shops. And I've got some, obviously it's going to be leading down towards industry more this end. I've painted a road in briefly, but that's actually going to move. It's going to come across further down here like that, and I've got plans for the buildings that are going along there. But what I wanted to do was put some industrial type back scene stuff along this end from that point, and obviously try and cover up a little bit. It's not going to do a lot, but cover up the complete and utter change in colour there. So just to blend it a little bit, because obviously most buildings aren't quite that tall. I have got one that's taller, but I don't really want to put it down that end. I want that one around here somewhere for a certain purpose. So what I did was I got a photo of a flour mill and took it to a local print shop, and they printed this off for me. I've cropped it myself, the photo, to cut out some of the stuff that was below, and I'm just going to do exactly the same as what I've done here. I've started, as you can see, I'm going to cut it out, and this is done on really good quality thick paper, so it'll be gluable, which is brilliant. It's pretty much the same sort of paper as these back scenes, maybe slightly thinner actually, just very marginally, but perfect, absolutely perfect for what I need. And I shall be going back to them again. The people that printed this for me is the print room, and they are down in Chandler's Ford. So for anyone in the Hampshire area, that is down near Eastleigh. So, and this cost £6 for that printout, and it's, you know, anything you want. I'm going to be going back there definitely, and getting a few other buildings printed to cover some of these areas. I've got some coming, and yeah, so thought I'd show you that. So I'm going to get cutting out on this, going to start getting that stuck in place. My next job on the layout is going to be this back area, so I'm going to start off here. I've sort of started marking out some of the bits just roughly for now, so I need to start making some of the pavements first to go along there and get the back scene elements, and the row of shops are going to start going from there going along to there somewhere. So, but it's coming along, it's getting there quite nicely now. Still got some other buildings to make and lots to do, but I shall get on with this, and I will show you when I've progressed a bit more. I've also got another little plan for the wall, embankment wall there. Now I did plan, this isn't a diss at all in any thing. I was building this scale model scenery kit, and I like it. It's great. It takes a long time to build. You can buy them, and they're cheap. They're not as cheap as obviously making your own, but I think it's 15 quid for a set of 3 like that to buy them. But as I've got so many feet of it all the way down to there, literally going to be going down to about, the wall needs to end around here somewhere, so that's a lot of walling. So I started making this up to test it out and see what I thought of it. Originally on the old layout I had this, as you remember, which is good, I like it. And I was considering just reusing these, fixing them up and reusing them. These are where I had poster boards, which are like on this one. You might remember from the old layout, I had poster board ones there. I was considering reusing those, and I wouldn't have had many to make because they go all the way up to that bit there. But I thought I want something different, so I tried these out and they are good. They look alright. For me though, unless I sit there and cut them all down, and this is too tall here, it's something I can't remember. I mean, two seconds, I'll be back in a second. Right, so I've just measured that from there to there, and it's 24mm, which means it'd be a 6-foot wall. Well, I mean, yes, you could have a 6-foot wall there. That would be, I suppose, typical in some areas, but it's not quite what I want. It's a bit too tall for my needs, because I want to, as it goes further up, there's going to be a pathway just behind here. It's going to hide too much detail for me, especially when I'm doing shots from a lower angle. It's going to literally, as you can see the difference, building there, if I come across, you start to lose all of the ground. I want to be able to get some of the scenery on here in the view, and I do like these walls. I think they look pretty good, but I've got a plan for something slightly different now, and I'll show you that later on. But it's going to be a very simple plan, a lot simpler than making these or even buying like Metcalf ones. But don't take me the wrong way, these are absolutely brilliant. I do like them, and I may try my new plan and not like it, and I may go back to this, but maybe having to cut them down. If I cut off a few mil off the bottom, obviously on all of them, then that might work. But anyway, I shall get on with this, get this put on, and I shall be making the pavements to go along that edge, and I'll get on with that, and I'll come back and show you the progress that when I've done that. So continuing the backscene episode, I've now put that in place on there, and obviously I've still got a lot of buildings to put in place. I've started putting the pavements in on the back there, so that's got to be continued before I can start putting some of the buildings in. But what I wanted to talk about was the retaining wall at the front there. So I've got a couple of nice bits of wood cut. There's one there and there's one here. So what I'm going to do, I have had various ideas of walls and things, and I decided to try something totally different. So I've got the wood, and what I have purchased is these off eBay. I've got some more to come. So obviously these are a lot bigger than what I need. So what I've been doing, or what I've done, is I've cut them off at this brick line, and I'm using obviously just this section for the wall at the front, which is slightly bigger than what I needed. Trying to see where I've put it. I've put it down somewhere. So yeah, I can't see where I've put that for a second. Oh, it's over here, sorry. Right, so what I've done is I've cut this piece out, and that is what I'll be using for the wall on there. And the top piece here, I've cut it in half into two pieces, and here is the first wall section. So that will go upright, so those little bits of wall are showing on the back of here, so that there's no just plain wood on the back. And Obviously I'm going to use some capping stones which I need to source, and I've got a good idea of where I'm getting them from. So next job is to turn this over and start laying the walling out on here. So I'm going to get that going while I'm waiting for the paving to dry over the back, and I'll see you soon. So just another quick update. So as you can see, I've stuck some of these house bits along the back there and started to put some of the buildings in place. And as you can see, it just gives it a bit of perspective, a bit of depth, as if there's another row of houses behind the ones that are at the front there. I think it looks quite good. And I will I forgot to mention on the last section that I recorded about the sheets, obviously, that I'm doing for my walling there. I will give the link for those in the description, as well as info for the printer that does these. I will be checking with him if he does posting of these products, or you know, if he can post one. If you send him a photo by email and he'll post it to you, I'll let you know on that later on in the video. But as you can see, the backboard is now coming on. I've got quite a long row of the arches now. I just got to wait for the other sheets to turn up. I've got some more buildings to make for along there, and some more printouts that I want to go along some of this section. I have one printout which is from the same company that do these. They do a back scene with some warehouses on, which is this one, which is quite a nice big long one, which I've cut out ready to go on. I think that's quite good. So what I'll do is I'll crack on with working on all this, and I'll come back and show you when it's a bit further completed. Well, you join me back again. Unfortunately, I've done quite a bit of work, and I've done about another 3 videos to continue the back scene area, and I've lost the videos that I recorded, so I'm gonna have to go over all of it really quickly, and I'll try not to take too long about it. So as you can see, obviously I finished this area there that I said I was doing. I've actually scratch built this little shopping mall entrance area in the corner there. It's not glued in yet. I've done a load of like flyers, and there's a little pathway going down the side. It's actually wider than it looks in the camera. It's probably about 1.5 centimeters wide. But that's obviously going to continue there. I know that there's a gap difference here, but as you see, when I've lined them up, they will go together. It's just they need some supports, but they will all be level when I fix all this in place. So not a problem. But I've continued all that. That's all glued in place. All the lighting is all down, and I'm not joking. I've got tons of lighting to wire up, which will be coming up in part 2 video, and I'll be going through the use of these. I know somebody asked me about them, so they will be going in my next video. Sorry for the delay. I've been rather busy with a lot of things going on at the moment. As you can see, so I've got these in place. I've custom made some little like gates and things, just so, as you can see there's like a gate with a bit of a wall over the top. Looks like a bit of a, you know, like a storage area maybe for a shop or something. I've done that just to block off the bottoms of these sections. So I've done some of the Metcalf kits here, and there's some other scale scenes kits mixed in, some other bits and pieces. Shop named after my partner, so keep her happy. Made that one, the Metcalf kit there, into a public library. I've done I did mention previously, so I've done a bit of a scratch build change onto the Odeon cinema. As you can see, I've taken away the two original shops either side, put some walling in there instead with some poster boards, and obviously it's all fitted with lighting again. Done the Red Lion, and what you can't see at the moment, but there's interiors in these. So I don't know if you can see. So public library, there's actually shelves with books. The bridal shop's got things in. The post office got a post office counter in. I do that with all of my buildings, as you can see. And what I will be doing for anyone that's interested, so even for example, if I go and get it, my hotel that I built, scale scenes one, it's got, you probably can't see in there, there's actually rooms, when it's lit up you can see them a bit better. All of my houses along there, they've all got bedrooms, scenes in there. Each of the shops has got the correct sort of scene inside the shop of what should be in there. It's hard to see there, but that's actually, you know, they're actually what should be there. So I've got interior images from proper shops, etc. I've done all of the names as well for the signage, and they will all be available in the future. I'm going to be doing a PDF file which will be on eBay to buy, that gives you the printouts for all of this stuff so that you can do it all and quite easily yourself. I've done all of the department store. Every single one of those windows, although you can't see it at the moment, has got interiors, and there's lighting in there, so when the lights are on and working we will see it all. So, but as you can see, I've done all the way along there so far to there. Now I can't remember if I mentioned in the previous videos regarding this flour mill image that I had printed. I had it all printed from a company, and it's really good. They put it on this lovely, just dropped my drill, sorry. They've got it on this nice thick material that is perfect for gluing. It really glues down well. Now I'll give you the details of the company. As you can see, I've had these printed out, that one and that one. That one's probably a bit oversized, but I gave him the sizes, so that's on me. But I'll still use it. And another block of flats, and they're all going to go along here before the next lot of buildings go into place. So I've got that, and that is from the print room, it's called. And I will just turn the card over. They're in Eastleigh or Chandler's Ford area, sort of in between. Yeah, Chandler's Ford, I think. That's the phone number and email and web page. They will, if you send them an image via email, so for instance you send them an image of this, tell them that I want this bit from here to here at so and such height, they will print it off and post it to you. So they will literally print off anything you want. These are all images that I took to them, asked them to print for me, and I told them the sizes that I wanted them. Very good quality. I'm really impressed. That one is a bit blurry, but the picture, the original image was blurry, so that's not on them, that's on me again. But as you can see, the quality of that looks really good. And what I do want to do is I want stuff behind there to break up the back scene, to make it look better. So in between buildings there's something there. Again, that's why I did the gates up there. As you can see, look, obviously there's a little tiny bit of grass gap there. I've got to put another one in, something in that one. But yeah, it's coming on really well. I've also done this walling along here. I need to get some capping yet to do the capping, because obviously it's about that high on that side. So, but it's getting there. I want to get this back bit done anyway along to here, so that I can start doing the bits that go this side of the road, and then I can start putting in the stuff this side. Like I want to get the station in, so I'll probably work on just that section there for now. I want to get the platforms in place. I can't do anything there. I can't fix any of that down until all the platforms are done, because they go underneath. So they will be going right underneath all the way along, like to back there. So when the trains come in, if I've got camera trains running, you'll see full platforms. It won't be just cut off just out of sight. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that so far. I've done the walling all the way down to here. I don't know what you guys think of the wall, whether you like it so far. I'm not too... I quite like it. I think it's different. It's not what everyone else does. I haven't gone for the standard brick walling. I haven't gone for the Metcalfe walling. I did think about some of those. And as you can see, I've also started doing the heritage line cutout, which is going to go round and up to that level there as well. So I just fancied doing a bit of that, so I thought I'd start getting that in place. It gives you an idea of, you know, how things are going to start looking. But anyway, that's it for now. I will come back in the future. Next episode for this area will be when I continue on along here, the next areas, and when I start putting some of the electrics together for the lighting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.